Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but
Okay.
yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
We obviously didn't communicate clearly. We're here to discuss your surrender, not mine.
Tú eres tan romántico molestando con una vipa. Me preguntas si te quiero. Yo te digo que no estoy lista y no quiero comenzar. No hay nada que empezar. Yo te dejaré atrás. Mientras gano más y más. No estás en mi nivel y tú no eres obligación. No estás motivada y tú aburres mi corazón. Eres un idiota sin inteligencia y razón. Entonces déjame tranquila mientras escriba tu canción. Tú eres tan romántico molestando con una vipa. Me preguntas si te quiero. Yo te digo que no estoy lista y no quiero comenzar. No hay nada que empezar. Yo te dejaré atrás. Mientras gano más y más. No estás en mi nivel y tú no eres obligación. No estás motivado. Corazón. Eres un idiota sin inteligencia y razón. Entonces déjame tranquila mientras escriba tu canción. Estoy aquí a disfrutar. Estoy aquí pero quiero gozar. Si quieres a mí pero vamos a bailar. Cintura a cintura papi tra tra tra. Bailando, gozando y me gusta tomar. Pero no quiero pendejos que no quieren respetar. Déjame pendejo papi ya no más. Déjame pendejo papi ya no más. Estoy aquí a disfrutar. Estoy aquí pero quiero gozar. Si quieres a mí pero vamos a bailar. Cintura a cintura papi tra tra tra. Bailando, gozando y me gusta tomar. Pero no quiero pendejos que no quieren respetar. Déjame pendejo papi ya no más. Déjame pendejo papi ya no más.
What is up, everybody? It is your boy Luis Martinez, aka Big Chief Burrito, live with you. What is today?
Is it a Thursday? No.
It's on a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. Oh my gosh. Yes, on a Tuesday.
What's up, Sophia?
Nothing much, Lou. What's up with you?
Live and
Anything?
alive,
Any personal
right?
news?
Live and alive. We're live here on a Tuesday, Mi Gente Show.
Yeah, 2 guests. I'm excited.
Two guests on a Tuesday.
Mm.
There's 2 hosts.
It's a foursome.
We could have a virtual beer pong.
Oh my gosh, we could. We should do that. It should be an hour of the show.
We should do that. We don't have a lot of time today. We're live here on the 2 AM Burrito YouTube channel, Mi Gente Show Facebook. Make sure you're following that Mi Gente Show on Instagram, Twitter, at Sophia Car _ at Big Chief Burrito, so you can get notified every time we go live. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on the YouTubes. So if you are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like and sub button. Leave us a comment. Let us know you're hanging out in the chat. Or, as always, lurkers are welcome.
Yes.
The only personal news this week kind of pertains to our guest. This happened a little bit several months ago. An actress that I followed, who's on our show today, Angelique Rivera, put out a tweet that sort of went viral, and it was specifically related to, Latinos in the film industry, and basically, having people promote their projects that are ongoing, what kind of challenges they were facing, sort of a place where people could sort of bounce ideas off each other. It got a lot of traction because as Latinos in the industry, we have it rough. Things are much better than they were 10, 15, 20 years ago, but we still got a lot of ground to make up. So from that tweet, Angelique and Rob Alicea sort of began a movement called L.I.F.E, Latinos in Film and Entertainment, nonprofit organization that is kind of trying to help level the playing field. It is an organization that I am trying to work with behind the scenes. It's something, even though I don't have a lot of time, I'm trying to dedicate a little time to them and use some of my corporate loose skills to help them out. But I have been wanting to have them on the show to talk about the origin of L.I.F.E. So with your permission, Sophia, I'll bring them
The
on.
origin of life. I love how that sounds. Yes. Get them on here. Just get them on here.
Let's get on there. So welcome to the show, Rob Alicea and Angelique Rivera.
Welcome.
Hello.
And we have a bi-coastal situation.
Hola, mi gente.
Hola.
Right.
Yes. Love that.
Rob, you're joining us from the East Coast, right?
Yep, from Astoria, Queens, my hometown, where I still am.
Queens, New York. See, that's why I have my Mets jersey back there because I knew you were coming on. And I had my blue and orange on today because usually I wear black, but we have a Queens boy in the house, so I figured might as well get after it. Astoria, Steinway, the 7 train.
And I will point out that orange and blue are Gator colors, and I went to the University of Florida, so you are hitting 2 at once there.
All right,
you are representing both of us.
Let me add to that. I went to Cal State Fullerton. It is also orange and blue.
There you go.
Boom.
Look at us. Look at us. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? Yeah. And also, the 2 a.m. burrito logo is blue and orange.
There you go.
Look at that. Wow. I love it.
Vibe.
Although, I just got some alternate. Check it out. Check this out for the ladies.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Is that pink?
Yeah, it's
color.
Pink and purple. Is it purple?
Yeah, pink and purple. Yeah, I got
the bisexuals out there. I love it.
There you go. All right, so let's jump right into it. Robin and Angelique. Angelique, let's start with you. Let's start off with the tweet because you sent this off and it starts a movement that's 100+ people deep now. In terms of not necessarily everybody is aware of it because many more people are aware of it, but that are actually actively participating in the Latinos in film and entertainment. But what was your mindset like right before you sent that? And were things bubbling up inside? Was it the frustration? Where were you at mentally before you?
That's such a good question. I was on Twitter and I was reading about, the Batgirl the movie getting shelved and I was reading about, and then I had remembered a few, maybe it was days or weeks before that the Gordita Chronicles was canceled. Both were on HBO Max as well. So they were shaking up a lot of things over there, but it also it was a place that I remember being in all the time when just one of our shows got canceled, when Vita got canceled, when Baker and the Beauty got canceled, which was such a cute show, and I had my friend Lisa Vidal was on that, and it was just great. And it's just like a constant reminder of shows that had not been really given a chance. And it felt a bit personal, and I could see from people's reactions on Twitter that there was a defeatist sort of feeling, like, man, like this feels like it keeps happening. It feels bigger than us. And I didn't want to give into that because I didn't want us, although yes, it's extremely disappointing, but I didn't want us to feel defeated. I didn't want us to feel like this isn't something that we could overcome, because it most certainly is. And with faith, we can. And so I just wanted to send out a tweet that was encouraging to the community. And I was almost speaking to myself at the same point. Like, I was also trying to encourage myself while encouraging others that I know would see it, but I didn't imagine the amount of people that would see it. But I just wanted to uplift people's spirits a little bit and just tell them to keep going, and that we matter, our stories matter, we cannot give up. These things happen, but we will overcome, and there's hope, that there's still hope. And I just didn't want hope to feel lost. So yeah, I sent out that tweet, and it just kind of spread like wildfire. I guess the algorithm just took it off.
The algorithm sense it did feel like a while there that that we could only have one thing at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could have one show. We're gonna cancel it after 2 seasons. Then you get your next show. That's it. Yeah. Be happy with it. And then you get like Luis and Ant-Man, and then that's it. That's what you get. Vida, Cortita Chronicles, the One Day at a Time.
One Day at a Time.
Yes, One Day at a Time.
It felt like, we can't have nice things. We can't even have normal things. And in an industry that keeps shows on for multiple years and for no reason and crappy, it just felt, and then you had at the same time all these statistics saying that Latinos were, a big percentage of the film going public. Chris Rock made the joke a long time ago that you have to go out of your way in LA not to hire Mexicans for production jobs and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I know it resonated with me because I know that's where you sort of popped on my radar, and I started following you and all the stuff that you were doing. And then Rob, at what point did you see that, and how did that move you to sort of reach out to Angelique? Did you already know her, or was that the genesis of you guys meeting and forming a friendship?
Yeah, I think from an emotional standpoint, I think I was in the same place that Angelique was in, like this place of like really built up frustration. So yeah, her tweet had popped up probably much like for you, most likely with the algorithms. I don't think I was following you yet. And I started going through all these tweets because basically she had just created this space where, different Latino artists can say, hey, I'm working on this short film, or check out this trailer, or hey, this is, the newest graphic novel I'm trying to draw and get off the ground. And it was just all these like super amazingly talented people. And again, feeling frustrated inside, I'm a pretty positive person. So I try to say to myself, okay, how can I turn this frustration into something that, maybe motivates me to do something positive going forward? So I sent Angelique a message, and I was like, first off, thank you for that. And I was like, I think we need to do something here, because there's so many of these amazing artists that had you not put that tweet, maybe I would have never met. Right. And I was like, and there's so many talented people replying to this. And then you always hear like, I don't know where to find a Latino director. I don't know where to find this person. I'm like, but there's so many of us here. If half these execs or whatnot saw this tweet, you'd have a plethora of people to hire. So then we started talking back and forth. And then at first it was like, okay, what could this be? What do we want to do here? First, it was like, we love to build community. So maybe let's start a Zoom, right? And see if maybe anyone wants to show up together and talk about what they're doing and what they're looking to do. And then it was kind of like this growth into, hey, what if we made a website? And what if this website just had all the profiles of all the Latino artists that want to be featured? And then it grew into, well, what if maybe we make this into an official nonprofit, which is what our goal is and what we're working on right now. So I think the Cliff Notes version, it started from a place of, like Angelique, this is starting to feel a little personal, and we're definitely feeling frustrated, but what could we do to somehow make this better? Because anyone can complain, right? Like we can all complain, the cows come home.
We do plenty of that here, so.
present company included. But I said, you know what? If we could at least do something positive out of this, then no matter what happens, like we've done somewhat of our part. And it just really started from that desire. And, you know, like you guys are saying, now we're 100+ members deep.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's been so inspiring. Last night we had our February virtual get together. It was the biggest one we ever had. And there's just so many amazingly gifted, kind, talented people that are just showing up. And I'm like, I'm here. And if you need help, I got your back. And if you want to support me, this is what I'm doing. And it's just like this amazingly safe and awesome community that I just feel so grateful to be some part of growing. And there's our website.
Yes, there's our website
There's Sophia.
with our
There I am.
profiles.
I love that. I
Yes,
love the
there's
fact
Sophia.
that I love the fact that Angelique, you mentioned that like it was a defeatist feeling that led to, you know, all of this. And I feel like it is a frustration that we are all, you know, feeling together. So I just love what you guys are doing. I love the fact that it, you know, you are activists. You turn this into action and action, you know, you're connecting people. So I don't know. How do you feel having 100 members? That's like insane. How has the growth been? Because I know it was
It's wild.
exponential. Yeah, when I signed up, Lou sent it to me, and I know when I was there, it was like not that many members yet. And the last I checked, I was just like, load more, load more, load more.
Yeah, and you know, we have so right now we have the website, and not even everyone's on the website yet. So we
Shout out Danny Dorco who for doing the website.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Who's
Danny
supposed to be on the
killed
show as well, and he's actually from Chula Vista, Sophia.
Yeah,
Really? A chula. Oh my gosh. Gotta meet up with him.
Big shout out to Danny and Lou, you as well, and everyone
Yes.
else who has just said, hey, I just want to help you guys out and be a part of this because, you know, we're two people. We only can do so much, but everyone has really just been like, not only do I want to be a part of this, but how can I help grow this? That's been amazing.
Y'all
And,
ignited
you
a
know,
fire.
And, you know, I just want to say, like, I've been in this business for 21 years and, you know, love what I do, feel so grateful to be a part of it. But right now, at this present part of my life, I feel like this is maybe one of the most important things I've ever done because it's so much for other people, you know, about future generations. Like even last night, thanks, Angie. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, Angie.
We had like these so many like young filmmakers, you know what I mean? Like they're still in college that came last night from like Utah who got recommended by a member. And these are kids that are just like about to start getting out there. You know what I mean? They're the next generation. And one's going to do this incredible mural project across Mexico. And another one is a rapper, you know what I mean? And a singer. And there's like these like I said, just amazingly talented people who, had we not just put the word out there that we want to start building community, we would have never met. And then they in turn are talking to us saying, you know, you guys are inspiring us by just putting this out there. So it's just, it feels so good. Like I can't even put into words in one whole podcast about just how fulfilled I feel just from this whole experience.
Yeah, the energy was amazing yesterday. The fact that you had people from all over the world connecting, Utah, like you don't think like, you know, Latino hub, you don't think Utah, right?
Definitely not.
But these people were like, and they were very appreciative. One of the things I've told Sophia about this podcast is that, you know, we do the Latinx Spotlight where we try to feature Latinos each week and try to highlight somebody. And it's something that you know, we like doing, not necessarily because it does anything for us, but because it's like, you know, if at worst case scenario, what we're doing with this podcast, we're trying to promote ourselves as a filmmaker, as an actress, as a personality. But if we can put other people in front of people's eyes and we can help somebody lift them up, you know, each one teach one type deal, then absolutely it helps us out. I know we have limited time here with Angelique, so I wanted to ask you a couple of questions just about your background.
Sure.
You know, like what does Latinidad sort of mean to you? Did you grow up in LA? You know, are you Mexican American, or and how did, you know, what part of that plays in you as in your life and as an actress?
Absolutely. I'm actually Boricua. I am full. Yes, my mom's family, my dad's family, all from the island. So Puerto Rican culture is what I grew up in. My family is from Chicago, and there's a huge Puerto Rican community there. So I was born there, but where I really grew up was in Kissimmee, Florida, which just so happens to be another huge Puerto
Absolutely.
Rican community. So I grew up around Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans, Colombians. I grew up around Latinos. So it's weird to me that when I moved to LA and then moving to another place with so many Latinos, that I go to auditions and I well, now it's self tapes, but you know, I'm in the industry and I'm one of the only ones. It's weird. It's weird that when I'm walking on the street in LA, I can't go a few feet without bumping into a Hispanic person. But when I'm in a networking, or let's say when I went to the Emmys or when I went to some of these, you know, industry events, industry parties, I felt like I was the only one, and I felt I felt different. I felt different than everybody else there. So it's really I've noticed since the beginning that there was I don't want to say exclusion, but there just weren't a lot of us in these spaces, and I didn't want it to be that way. I remember from the very beginning, from when I was on American Crime, that I did not want to feel like I was the only one on set who was Latina, or you know, it was just like I noticed it from a very, very beginning, and that was a diverse set, but I went to a lot of sets after that weren't very diverse. So I love Latinos. I love the culture. I love how all of us have our own nuances. I love that we have similar food, but we do it different ways. And I just think it's so cool, you know? And my family, they really, you know, made sure that I felt proud of where, you know, our families come from. So I'm very proud to be Puerto Rican. And even though there were places I grew up in Virginia at one point too. So that was a very interesting experience, being like the only Puerto Rican, the only Latino in my entire elementary school.
In the whole state.
Yeah, it's probably, yeah, exactly. Like literally, I just, you know, I grew up in some of these spaces. So it's not weird for me to be like one of the only ones. Like I know what that's like from being even a little kid. But it is weird when you're constantly surrounded by it in every other space you're in besides the entertainment industry. It is a little off-putting. But I think that, you know, the antidote to that is just, we are such a vibrant, large community, and all together, we can make a lot of noise. And so my heart with this organization is just getting us all together, unifying us. You know, it's not Puerto Ricans versus Cubans versus Ecuadorians. Like, enough of that. Like, we all need to band together under our Latinidad and celebrate each other, celebrate one another, and support one another too. Because
Absolutely.
it's the only way. I think it's the only way. It's the only thing that hasn't been done. And so I feel like that is what the key is to making a real change for us in this industry.
Yes.
One of the things that you said there that's really interesting and it's really poignant is the fact that you can drive around town and be surrounded by Latinos in LA or New York to a certain degree, but then when you go to the industry stuff, you're the only one, and that really is very, very telling that you mentioned that, because it's a big deal. So let's make sure everybody can follows Angelique if you're watching us today. So let me see if we can pull up. You know, hey, looking fabulous on your website here.
Hey,
Angelique, very, very fierce, very fierce, very fierce. AngeliqueRivera.com. And Angelique, if you are willing to come down for the festival, just because you mentioned it, we have a movie from Puerto Rico called Los Mecánicos. It's a movie directly from Puerto Rico. It's sponsored by the House of Puerto Rico here in San Diego from Balboa Park. It's one of the comedies that I selected as part of the comedy showcase. So if you are down to make that drive either Saturday, March 11th or Monday, March 13th, we will be screening this Puerto Rican comedy as part of the San Diego Latino Film Festival. Just,
That's
you know,
amazing. I would
throwing
love
it out,
to.
throwing it out
I
there.
would love. It's only a 2-hour drive,
Only a
maybe
2 hour
2.5
drive.
with traffic. You
Yeah, it's
know,
all right. Plus,
so little day trip.
plus, you know, you got burritos. Plus, you can
Yeah.
you can
Ooh.
meet myself and Sophia here. It's, you know, it's a
Yes.
win-win.
We'll
That's
hook
what
you
we
up.
call
Yeah.
that's what we
All
call
the
a
things.
that's what we
Yes.
call a win-win. And then any last thoughts? I know you have to leave here, but what do you think if you look ahead for life? Let's say 90 days, 6 months, a year down the road. What do you hope is accomplished by the organization?
I would love to hear victories coming out from the community. I would just love to hear people saying, you know, I got my first agent, or, you know, I met this person in Atlanta and we were both on the L.I.F.E call, and then we met up and got coffee, and now we're talking about going into a production on a short film or a feature. You know, I just want things to
I think that's
I want
already happening.
things to
Yeah.
yes, and I'm grateful, and I just, that to me, I want us to be working together. I want us to be collaborating. I want us to grow. You know, I want the community to grow. I want the people in Atlanta to grow, in New York, LA, Florida. Now we've got Utah, like Texas. I would love for us to have these hubs where if I go to New York, I know who I can go see and hang out with. And I'm not alone. I'm not alone in New York. I'm not alone in Texas. I'm not alone if I go to Utah or Florida, like ATL. Like, we have this community that spans the whole country. And so I want to keep meeting people, keep growing the community, and just really have some big success stories come out of the community. And I want people to grow in their careers from just knowing and working together. I think that is my hope.
Yes.
Right, absolutely.
Yes.
So make sure that you guys are following Angelique Rivera. Go to somoslife.org for more information. And I know you have to leave, but hopefully we can have you on at another time just to hang out with us. We react to
Yes.
news and culture, nothing too serious. So maybe
I would
when
love
you get
it.
some free time, just let us know and we'll have you on, and we just have some fun and not something so serious.
Yeah.
Although it is important, to talk about these
balance.
serious issues. So it's a
Yeah.
balance. It's a balance. So thank
exactly.
you, Angelique, for
Thank you
joining
so
us
much
today.
for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for this platform, this space. I admire both of you for what you do. And we're lucky to have you in our community. So thank you so much.
Oh, my heart.
Absolutely.
Likewise. Thank you.
All right, bye,
Love,
Angelique.
peace, love. Bye, Rob.
Take it
Later.
easy.
Talk soon.
Take it easy. Very easy. All right. Now we can talk trash about Angelique. I'm just
Lily.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with her. She, what a sweet, wonderful person. How lucky we are that she sent that out. And I was just looking here, in terms of the timeline, that you also have it on the website. We know how it all started. Angelique's original tweet. Shout out to every Latino in Hollywood who keeps going despite every obstacle that keeps being thrown at us. The disrespect is outrageous, but we will not let it get us down and define us. Our voices matter, and we need each other. So just keep going. And I think that those are incredible thoughts. And from something like that, like my dad used to say, de una chispa se puede crear un incendio, right? From you can't light a fire without a spark, right?
Yeah.
That's the song. So it's awesome. And then, Rob, let's talk a little bit about you. You've been in the industry for a long time, but where did the love come for you for film and creation? Was it writing first? Was it being a boss first? What was the main thing for you?
Sure. I mean, my love for movies started when I was like 2 or 3 years old. I mean, I remember Back to the Future, Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, like I was like all over the gamut in terms of movies. And then, I mean, a big part of my childhood was going to see movies with my dad and my brothers. So, it's just always been a part of my life. So one of the first things that I wanted to do when I was in college and trying to, find myself, I just fell in love with acting. and spent I guess the first or a little bit more than the first half of my career acting. And then, you know, wanting to like help get movies made, I started working on the production side. So it was really like, hey, I'm acting in this film, but hey, you know, I know a great writer who can help. I know another producer, and I know a cinematographer, and just trying to put a community together. And then before long, I was like, okay, I guess I'm basically a producer now. So started working on production. And then, you know, this kind of, I think, foils into, about how L.I.F.E came about and why I started to become a filmmaker. I wasn't finding myself getting cast in a lot of things, you know, and I had my agents at the time saying, you know, like physically what you look like doesn't always match, you know, who you are inside. And there's like this weird kind of gap. And then, you know, they just said, you know, start thinking about writing and directing. You know, like at this time,
did they literally say you have a face for
Oh,
directing?
come on.
Here's the thing. That's what I was told. But again, with my mindset, I said, okay, this is not happening to me. This is happening for me, right? Like, where is the benefit in this? I fell in love with filmmaking, writing and directing, and being able to put together a project. Because the part that I love is community. It's a big part about why, you know, I wanted to be a part of L.I.F.E is just getting people together. So by writing and putting together projects, you get to put together a community of people. Whereas sometimes as an actor, you don't always have that power, that ability, right? To kind of like get something to move forward in that way. So then, yeah, Cliff Notes version about 6 years ago, I ended up launching a production company, Leaving Normal, that's based out of here in New York. We work in the television and film, as well as work on commercials as well. That's our website there. Thank you for showcasing it. And yeah, I mean, you know, besides my own writing and directing and working with the company, my life is L.I.F E, getting L.I.F E off the ground and really trying to help this organization grow, which, like I said at the top of, you know, this podcast, I feel like it's probably the most important thing I've ever done, or maybe will ever do, you know, and if it is, that's amazing, because I really do feel like even in the short time that we've been trying to grow this organization, it's made a difference already. You know, people are, like I said, reaching out and saying, hey, this is like changing my life. You know what I mean? I don't feel so alone. You know, I feel like, you know, I have a community here of people that are like-minded and talented and want to work hard. And like Angelique said, want to make some noise with our, you know, joint voices. And, you know, in our business, it's not always, a lot of our business is about me, right? It could be about the me show and doing things for myself. We don't always think about doing for other people. I'm definitely can be, you know, guilty of that at times. But this whole organization has been about everybody else. And that's been the coolest part, is like literally just doing something that's completely selfless. And hopefully we'll leave the industry a little better than how we came in it.
If you
my mouth full on it.
Oh, no, absolutely. No, you know, I've been told I have a face for radio. No, I'm just kidding. Do you, if you could, do you think if you had put this, so you started off in acting, but you sort of found this love. So it's more like, you know, I'm going to do this because I like it, not because you tell me I have to do it, right? It's, you know, how you feeling over there, Sophia?
Yeah, no, good. I actually resonated a lot, like pretty deeply with everything that you said, because I'm currently in a position like that where I'm kind of having issues just booking stuff. I'm too young looking for this. I'm too old looking for that. I'm whatever, right? And I'm just like, So I started writing a script and I want to direct it and all of that. So I'm just kind of doing that. So L.I.F.E actually came at the perfect time, because I also was angry. We actually talked about it deeply in the podcast when Gordita Chronicles got canceled, and then the whole Catwoman thing. We've covered these topics and just ranted on about our frustrations. Yeah, Batgirl, sorry, yeah. And so yeah, it was just I just love what you guys are doing. I love the fact that you brought a community of us together to share this frustration, and we are now going to be able to support each other. I think that that's admirable, and I think that it's going to cause hopefully a tidal wave in Hollywood and New York, and I think that that's the only way to get Latino voices, you know, up and
it's been a long time coming, you know. And I think what's amazing about this community is, like, just like I mentioned that, you know, we had some younger members who are still in college. You know, we also have some badass strong directors, female directors, male directors, everybody under the sun in this group that are just, like I said, amazing people that are making some amazing strides in their careers, and they're so inspiring, right? So at times it can feel like, hey, we don't have enough representation, which I know we still feel that way. But it's like, look, if you continue working hard and you continue to say, I'm not just going to knock on a door, I'm going to kick it open if I have to, and include those people that did that, I feel like that gives you that strength to keep trying. You know what I mean? It's like, because we all have down moments, right? But it's like, if somebody in this group wins, we're all winning, right?
Exactly.
So like the fact that can be such an inspiring thing for all of us. And for, again, people who may not be a part yet, or maybe just watching from the sidelines and are like, wow, that's, giving me a little bit of an uplift. Like, I think that's what it's all about. It's about community, spreading positive messages, trying to help one another out. And remember, put the we before the me, because if we help each other, we're all going to rise together.
Exactly. Yeah. And honestly, like, just creative arts in general can be such a dog-eat-dog world, and we tend to tear each other down before we can ever uplift one another. So I think that this is, I'm excited to see where life goes. Where ultimately would you like to go? Let's say 10 years from now. I don't know. Let's go macro.
No, it's amazing. Sure. I mean, I would love it. If this was, just a place where the industry goes first. They're trying to hire Latino artists, they know to go to this website. That was literally that was how it began. Like I said, it was literally just like, even if it was like even if it looked like Craigslist, we didn't care. As long as we had a hub where you can say, okay, here's all the actors, right? Here are your directors, here are your writers, here are your literary managers, here's your agents, so that no one can say we're not here. You know what I mean? So if this can become a place where people feel like this is like a second home, if they come there to feel inspired, if someone feels like I'm about to give up and then they discover this community and they're like, I'm going to keep going. And if people can get work and continue to increase so that, we all keep growing in this industry, I think that would be the ultimate, and, the big thing that Angelique and myself, we talk about all the time is we want everyone to feel welcome. As long as you're an ally, come join, be a part of this. We appreciate everyone's support, and we want everyone to feel welcome. That's like the most important thing, is like, this is a community where no matter who you are, if you just want a friend, you want a colleague, you want a potential person to collaborate with, we can be any and all those things. So that's my long-winded answer, but it's from the heart.
No, it's absolutely true, because I'll give the example of Encanto, right? Which is a movie about Colombian culture.
Yeah,
that really felt more generic. I mean, it did touch on a couple of key factors, but it didn't feel like as complete as Coco.
Coco, yeah.
But and then you look into it, and then there's very few Colombians involved in the production, and at that point I was like, we're not that hard to find. You need a Colombian filmmaker, Colombian writer. Like how, or when Hollywood just says, Mexican, Hondureño, Panameño, Uruguayo, Colombiano, Peruano, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So I feel like when they say, diversity in Hollywood, and we need more voices from different people, but they're not really looking that hard, and
I have felt that way as well. Again, this is where sometimes I teeter on where I'm at emotionally with it, because I get frustrated when I think about it, right? And I remember that, look, you asked me too, Sophia, what would be my goal? This would be my overall goal, right? Even beyond life, to the point where we're getting hired in the industry. If you're an actor, it's not because the breakdown said Latino and Latina. It's just because you are a great actor and you're in a lead role, and it's not about your ethnicity, and that something's not because someone has to fill a quota, right? By hiring a certain amount of diverse people. It's we're there because we're damn good and we deserve to be there among everyone else. That's what I want to continue to continue to look at as the goal for life, because I really do feel like if we're apart and we're not helping each other, we're not going to get anywhere, right? Because we're going to be a bunch of little voices, like I said, being frustrated and upset. But if we come together and say, hey, you know what? I feel you. I'm feeling this. But you know what? Together, if we band together, we can actually make something happen. I feel like that's how the change is going to happen, like Angelique had said. So,
Definitely.
we're here for it. We're going to do our part. And again, community members like you guys are helping. Like, it just literally, it's all of us together. You know what I mean? Like, we just kind of got it started a little bit, but now the community is really helping drive everything. So
it's going to take on a life of itself.
Yeah. Oh no, he froze. That's how bad the joke was.
That was so good. Froze. All right, we're here live with Rob Alicea, the co-founder of L.I.F.E, Latinos in Film and Entertainment. Alexandra joining us from Centro America. Thanks for stopping by. Friend of Jai. Hey, Alexandra, go to somoslife.org. We need to get the Central America. We need to get the Central American contingent mixed in there. Thank you for stopping by. And this is not to be a contrarian to your point, but if you were to ask me what my goal is for Latinos in the industry in 10 years, it would be that we don't have to be perfect. It would be that if we get a TV show on, that it doesn't have to have the best ratings every single season for it to stay on. And I think I've said this before. I want the chance to be mediocre. I don't feel like I'm mediocre. I think I'm a good director. I just want the chance. There's so many movies made every single year. So many TV shows. And I want for Latino, Latina, Latinx, Latin directors, writers, actors to have a chance to make something that's not earth-shattering, that's not groundbreaking, that doesn't get into 15 film festivals and be able to recognize and to have a career. And of course, I know that L.I.F.E is trying to promote the talent, but if I could see in a crystal ball and I could say, what do I want in the future? Because there's so many mediocre directors, mediocre films, horrible TV shows that get made every year, and we don't get a chance to direct those. We don't get a chance to write those. We don't get a chance to produce those. So, I understand that, and so not to be a contrarian, and I want to shine, but I think that's a side wish for myself, is that we don't have to be outstanding. We don't have to be the best of the best to have a shot. And I think that's when we'll see real change, is when we're getting these regular. You need a B unit director. You need somebody to direct a random episode of a TV show. Find a Latina director. Give somebody a shot.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's a big, I think that's a big joint feeling that I feel like a lot of people have, because you could even take Gordita Chronicles, which did well. You know what I mean? It's not like it didn't do well and it didn't make it for whatever reason. I personally don't understand. But I do understand what you're saying, that, we're like, there is no such thing as perfection. Right? Like, what does that mean? Is it a certain box office number? Is it a certain amount of awards something has to hit? It's just all about us continuing to work, because again, we are somewhat like 70% of those that consume, streaming, paid subscription streaming channels, if you will. So, I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't be working more. But again, these conversations are so important, right? No matter where you come from, what end of it, the fact that we continue talking about it, that's the point, right? Because here's what happens. Every time a show gets canceled, the conversation starts, right? And then sometimes it kind of stops for a while. Then something else kind of crappy happens. And then we start talking again. At least I look at it like with L.I.F.E, we're going to continue that conversation. And it's going to happen all year round. And it's never going to go away. And we're just going to keep turning the volume up. So like at some point, it's going to be like, well, damn, they're not going anywhere. Might as well start hiring them so they maybe simmer down a moment.
Yeah.
But just on the real though, as long as people feel like, again, this has inspired them, makes them feel like they can fight another day, even if it's to air your frustrations. Trust me, we do that on our virtual Zooms too. We're all transparent and open with each other. No one's trying to pretend like any of us have the most perfect lives or perfect careers, but just again, continue knowing that community's there. That's really all I can ask for right now. And the rest to me is a bonus at this point.
Definitely. I was gonna say, I don't think Lou, I don't think that's it's necessarily a contrarian point. I think they're kind of not
Yeah, I
really
don't think
mutually
so.
exclusive. I think that in order to get what you say you want, which is just to be able to do freaking mediocre stuff, we need to be loud, which is kind of like where this is
Absolutely.
starting, and it's gonna get
Yeah.
there eventually. I hope, and I think I
You know
think we
what?
will. I think we're headed in the
I
right
believe
direction.
it. You know, like I really feel it in my heart. Like I really do. And I think sometimes like, especially when your heart can hurt, you know what I mean? When you're frustrated, sometimes it's like you shut your brain off and it's like, okay, go back to why I started doing this because I love doing it. I love telling
Mhm.
stories, right? We're all storytellers. That's why I think we all got into this because we want to continue doing that. So, you know, we're telling stories while we're talking to each other, you know what I mean? And we're trying to create work. And then again, if we just continue doing it together and keep talking about it, and again, every time we get frustrated, say, okay, this is a trigger that we want to be working more. Okay, hey, Sophia, what you got? I got this. Hey, Lou, check out this person. You know, they got a movie coming up. They need a director. You know, it's like those little steps every week, every month that I really feel like will continue to snowball.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Angie,
Yes.
thank you for stopping by. You were on the live yesterday. Thank you for your
Angie.
live. Wonderful to hear everybody. Alexandra, go ahead and take that link and join live. We need to add more people to it. Latinos in film and entertainment. You know, one other thing that I think that needs to happen, and Alexandra says it's really important for network to understand how it works with Latina viewership. Yeah, absolutely. We're there,
True.
we're watching, we're going to the movies, we're consuming. We're just not represented. I wanted to bring up an example of somebody like Ava DuVernay, who who gets a show made and he specifically sets out to have African American directors direct every episode. You have something like excuse me, the Hulu show. What is it? Reservoir. Um, I don't want to get the name wrong with the about the indigenous the
Oh,
reservation dogs, right?
Reservation
And they
Dogs.
and then
Yeah.
they get native directors here. We need one of these Latino celebrities that gets a show that gets a deal at HBO to demand that each of the episodes of a show that they're producing gets directed by a lesser known Latino director or Latina director. We need
Yeah.
something. We need a little. The ground up movement is gonna happen, and like Sophia said, we're not taking no for an answer. We need to be advocates for
Right.
ourselves. We need to kick the door down, but we also need a little help from above. Some of the people that have made
Yeah.
it to pull some of us up because we're here and we're already supporting each other. If we could get a little help from above, it's a multifaceted thing, I believe.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro. Sorry.
No, like on the real, Angelique and I, we've had many discussions about this. How a lot of times, and I'm not calling out anyone in particular, but a lot of
Oh,
times people in our industry that are prominent and could, I think, help open those doors more, don't always do it. And maybe I feel like a lot of times our community feels like, well, thank God I finally made it in because it's been such a struggle. But then it's like, well, let me secure my place and don't always think about, but there's so many others, right, that are going to come after you. And I don't think like we've always done that for each other. You know what I mean? I don't think we do it enough. And Angelique and I said, listen, on whatever level you want to consider us, we're going to change that, at least with us. Like, that's the culture we're going to change. Like, when we get things, we're going to help employ, our life members or people in our community that want to be working. It's the only way, right, to kind of make that move. And yeah, and it is true. We really do need the help, right? We do need more people that are in positions of power to really just say, hey, we need to hire more Latinos, both in front and behind the camera. And if that doesn't happen, then we're just going to keep working till we get into that place of power, then be the ones to do it. Because, like I said, we're not going anywhere. So
Yeah, we're right here. Aquí estamos, mi gente. Life.
Exactly.
Guatemala has had a impulse, all things considered, with one of their actresses already working in Marvel. Yeah, all it takes is that from America, from the Marvel.
Write it in the chat, Alexandra.
Alexandra, right in the chat. Rob, what do you what do you consider your strength as a producer and as a director? Do you think is that you were an actor and you can kind of pull from those experiences, or what do you think you bring to the table as a filmmaker?
I think coming from the acting side of things, I think helps a lot. Especially as a director working with actors, I feel like you really understand their process, that, you know, you can't just tell an actor, I need you to cry midway through the seventh sentence of this monologue, you know, to be able to kind of talk to someone and understand that emotional journey that that character has to go on, and let an actor know that, hey, I don't look at you as just like a chess piece I'm moving across a board, I think helps a lot. I think as a producer, I think if you know how to produce, I think you do everything better. Just my personal opinion. I feel like producers are really the backbones of any production. So one of the things I always encourage, especially every actor I know, I say learn how to produce, because if you learn how to produce and you can produce well, you can always make a project, and people always need good producers. I found my way. I found my way either sometimes starring in projects or directing projects or coming on to be a writer on a project, where my entry point was first working as a producer on the project, just because I was able, you know, to lend other skill sets, and because I was just motivated. And yeah, I mean, really just my work ethic. Like, I definitely have a strong work ethic that was definitely developed from my parents. You know, I don't come from money. My dad is a used car salesman. My mom is a recently retired teacher. You know, my mom worked 2 jobs to put me through school. So, you know, I never had like any hookups in the business or any family. So, you know, I started out as a production assistant, and I PA'd for most of my career before I started working up to a coordinator and then producer, et cetera. And I think that also helped shape who I became, especially, you know, when I produce now and I'm working with a PA, I know how freaking hard that person's working, you know, and having, you know, basically, you know, stepped and walked in everyone's shoes practically in the entire crew. I think just lets people know, like, hey, I'm not like standing on top of this proverbial mountain dictating what needs to be done. I've been there. So I understand what I'm asking you and what it's required. And I wouldn't ask you to do it if I wouldn't do it, because guess what? I did do it.
Absolutely.
So,
Do you do any work at Silver Cup close by?
I've done some work at Silver Cup. I actually, the last production job I did for the last TV show I was on was at Kaufman Studios, which is really cool because I've grown up in Astoria. So like literally I'm like a 15-minute like walk from Kaufman. So,
my friend Patty works in props there at the studio. And then let us know. I mean, the same question we asked Angelique. What does the Latinidad mean to you in terms of your background? You know, growing up in Astoria, growing up in Queens. You know, I went to Newtown High School in Queens, which was like one of the most culturally diverse schools in the whole world. Growing up with all over the place, no matter what part of Queens you are, you're going to be around Mexicans, Peruvians, Chileans. What was that for you?
Well, it's kind of funny. I feel like a lot of my experiences were very, very similar to Angelique. You know, in like my elementary school, I know particularly the second elementary school I went to, I was the only Hispanic person in my entire class. I believe I may have been maybe one of maybe 2 or 3 of a graduating class, if that. So, you know, that always, like Angelique had said too, always kind of gave me this little bit of this feeling of being like an outsider, if you will. But you know, the real heritage I really got was always when being around my dad and my dad's family. So my dad grew up in the Bronx, Castle Hill. So, you know, from having barbecues and just like, you know, chilling with the fam, that was a big part of growing up. And then I feel like I've really started to really respect and honor more the culture and the heritage, of seeing again how hard people are in this business that are working, and that should be farther along or not. That's why I've really started to raise my own voice more, especially in the past couple of years, and just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to continue to work hard, because any stride I might make, you know, that's great for the next Latino director to see, like, hey, here's another one of us working. And then, you know, bleeding that into life, and now seeing other people that have that same goal. Again, I say this ad nauseum. I really feel like together we're going to make a big change. So, you know, they said the revolution will be televised, and, you know, we're all going to be here to see it.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. I went, I guess not in Astoria, but in Sunnyside. My first school in New York was IS 125 in Sunnyside, right there in the middle of or right closer to the city, right by the 7 train. So I mean, Queens is a huge melting pot. You know, the Bronx is a huge melting pot. We're all over the place. So it's great to talk to somebody from New York, from Queens, that's going through a struggle. I know that you guys have some meetups planned for New York and for LA. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we're planning our first in-person meetup, which is happening at the end of March. We're going to be working to lock in a date in the next week. And this is going to be the first in-person L.I.F.E meetup that's going to happen simultaneously at the same time on both coasts, which is, I think, really cool because it feels like, as amazing as it is to connect and meet on Zoom and talk like this, to actually be able to like see people in person, it's like, man, we manifested something because we're here. You know what I mean? It's like, I can see you, you're right in front of me. And then to see everybody together in that one room, I don't know, it feels like it's a rally almost, right? It's like, you know, hey, we could have stayed home and complained, or we're here now because we're going to work to help uplift each other. And again, I know I always say, and a lot of my friends are like, oh, dude, you're so positive. Sometimes you're too positive. But again, you could live too much in the frustration and the anger. But if you say, okay, you know what? I know how I feel. I know I want to make that change. How do I make that couple of steps forward? It's happening. And, you know, this first in-person meetup, which again is going to take place in LA and New York. We're soon looking up to start the ATL meetups as well. So before you know it, it's going to be multiple states where it's all going to be happening at the same time, and we're all going to live stream with each other, which is going to be really cool. Yeah, I'm super pumped for it.
That's awesome. That's going to be great for morale and team building. And I feel like, let's fucking do it. Let's go.
That's it.
All right, we've had the pleasure of talking with Angelique Rivera and now live with Rob Alicea, co-founders of L.I.F.E, Latinos in Film and Entertainment. Go to somoslife.org. Join the community. You can see all the people there, directors, writers, producers. And if you have a little time, if you have an expertise, like I said, not a lot of people in my inner circle get to meet corporate Lou. You know, I like to keep him hitting away, but he does exist, and I'm trying to lend some of my talents in that area to help where I can behind the scenes. I want to be a proud and active participant in life in multiple ways, and anything, as Rob already knows, anything that I can do in the time that I have to help the organization, I'm willing to put in the work. So even if it's not necessarily anything you can do promotion wise, any skills that you have, we're looking for lawyers to help with the nonprofit status. We're looking for technical people to help Danny with the website and other things that are happening in the future. We're looking for community organizers to get the word out, and anybody else that wants to be a part of it, to collaborate, join the monthly Zooms, stay in the loop, follow Danny and Rob, myself as well, so that when something happens, you are aware. And, you know, let's both talk about it and be about it. Knock the door down so we can get it done. All right, one more random question for you, Rob. If you got the chance to direct or recreate one IP, which one would you do?
Oh man, that's a great question. I would say John Carpenter's They Live, I think, would be a really interesting piece of IP to look at, especially through today's lens. I think that would be a really cool one. That's one of my favorite movies.
I like it. Obey. Alexandra says she would like to be happy to be the L.I.F.E ambassador here in Honduras.
Oh, very cool. Yes.
We will gladly take you up on that. Please. It's info@somoslife.org. Again, info@somoslife.org. Or, you know, DM our Instagram as well. We'd love to chat with you. And yeah, if you go actually to the main page, if you actually go to contact, there we go, all the way on the right.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Yeah, there you go. That's our email address, info@somoslife.org. Drop us an email. We'll definitely would love to chat.
Yeah, Alexandra's a wonderful, wonderful filmmaker from Honduras. We had her on the show a few weeks back, huh?
Yeah, it's
that'd be awesome. Look at us.
All right, Rob. Well, I want to thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rob. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, man. No, saying, look, that's what I mean. That's how it happens. You know, literally just someone, you know, putting it out to say, hey, I want to help. So let's just keep helping each other, guys.
Absolutely, Rob. So I will be talking with you. I know Sophia wants to get a little bit more involved as well.
Definitely.
Alexandra says, perfect, happy to help any way I can. She's also an animator. She's also has some films and stuff like that. Make sure you join, get in touch with that. Rob, thank you very much for joining us, man.
Yes, thank you for being here.
thank you guys for listening to me yammer on about. I
No,
appreciate
Please, you're always welcome.
All right, man.
Thanks, guys. Have an amazing night.
Yeah,
You
let's
too.
fucking go Mets, right? Let's do it.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
All right, brother.
All right,
Thanks
later, guys. Good night. See ya.
for
Thanks,
joining
Amir.
us. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Right.
It is our time. Her. Yes. Man, that's cool. I love when people just, freaking commune and bond and knock doors down. I'm ready. I'm hyped. Could you tell?
You're hype.
Let's go to the LA meetup. Let's go. Carpool, baby.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, let's reset here.
Okay. Serious mode off. Goodbye.
All right. You don't have to be. That can be our usual.
Yeah.
Our usual goofy selves. Now that we've gotten to serious, it's a serious Latino business we're talking about here today.
I know. That was yeah.
Alexander, make sure you get in touch with them. It was an honor to have them on. Angelique, awesome. Rob, a lot of energy, very awesome guy. So I'm happy to help out. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully you can make the next meeting, or we can go to the live one.
Vamos. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. We didn't get a chance to do personal news at the beginning of the stream. So anything happening for you personal wise that we should?
I went to my first hockey game ever in history last week. Yeah. It turns out I'm into hockey now. Okay, so that's Cliff Notes.
Turns out you're into hockey now.
It's a cool sport, man. I'm getting into it, okay? I don't know why. I just like it so far. It's high up there. It's a fast-paced soccer, and I love soccer. On ice. And they fight. Please.
I mean, hockey is actually something that's usually better in person than on TV. Because of the energy. Because of the energy.
TV, though. Because I watched my first game, peer pressured into it, but because my friend wanted to watch it because she really loves hockey. So I watched it. But even on TV, I was like, whoa, look at them go. It's so fast. It's soccer, honestly. It's the same as soccer. There's a freaking goal. There's a puck instead of a ball, but it's just way faster. So whenever people say soccer is boring, I'm like, I get it. It's slow, but hockey is not. So.
And playoff hockey is really, really good.
Ooh, I'm excited. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Nothing else too interesting other than that. San Diego Latino Film Festival. You and I are prepping for that. I watched Diamond in the Rough. Loved it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Jeanette Godoy, the director, will be on the show pretty soon, as well as hopefully the lead actress.
Cool. That would be awesome. I have questions.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll be here. They'll be here in San Diego for the festival as well.
I was gonna say we should definitely go to the red carpet for that. Get some interviews.
Yes, we will have our session soon, so we can figure out what days we will be down there. But yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be there pretty much. Any movie that I programmed and any movie that I advocated for, I will be there. I also want you to go with me as well. There's a movie that I advocated for called Años de Luz. I talked about it yesterday on the stream. But it's a movie. It's a drama from Uruguay. And the filmmaker, she is flying all the way from Uruguay to for the streaming. Did you guys already talk about?
Let's host her.
What is East Side Sushi?
No, what? Hold on, Google's it. Hold on. East Side Sushi. We have not, but I love that he just Mr. CCTV just came on and was like, "Did I miss it? Did I miss it?"
It must be something relevant to us because he assumed that we were going to talk about it. So yeah, Años de Luz playing at the San Diego Latino Film Festival on March 9th to the 19th. If anybody wants to go, I'll put it up on the screen. But if anybody in LA or in San Diego wants to go to San Diego Latino Film Festival, it's happening March 9th to the 19th. San Diego, California, AMC Mission Valley. Use code Mi Gente Show, Show, and you get 15% off. Anything that falls under the Hay que Reírse Comedy Showcase. Which is the comedy films that I suggested that are both short and long, will be anything that's under Hay que Reírse. Los Mecánicos was the Puerto Rican film that I told Angelique about. Los Pacientes Recurrentes, which is a movie from Mexico. Diamond in the Rough, which is a movie from L.A. And then Con los años que me quedan, which is a movie from Spain that's actually filmed in L.A. and Mexico, which is really, really good. So there's a lot of really cool movies. And then on St. Patrick's Day, on Friday, March 17th, there is the short showcase, which is, I think there's about 7 or 8 short films. Chico and Rico Animal Avengers is so good. There's a movie that's very similar to The Bike Thief that's called the Guitar Thief.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's and then La Petite Mort Horror, which I think you'll love. Privacy Comes First. There's a lot of really good short films. So come down to San Diego, or if you're already in San Diego, come check us out.
We have to meet up with the Uruguayan person.
Yeah, absolutely. Años de Luz. Let me see if I can find the movie real quick, so I can get. So see if I have the.
Will she be there?
It's a film. It's a female filmmaker or producer, and she's coming down. Let me just search.
Wonderful. She should come to Sabor Latino. Vámonos.
Hopefully they're there.
Can you tell what I'm the most excited for? I'm just like, give me all the Latino food and the beer. Yes, honey, you excited too?
Let me see if I remember how to type.
Okay, so I just looked up Besides Sushi. It is a film from 2014. It says, against all odds, single Latina mom, yes, it says mom, Juana aspires to become a sushi chef while working in a Japanese restaurant. Director, Anthony Lucero. Yeah. It's a movie from 2014.
I have not seen it. Let me see.
Mr. CCDV, is that a movie we should watch?
This is a trailer for Años de Luz.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
No, I cannot.
Okay, maybe it's not going to play.
That's
my sound's a little bit. But anyway, we're going to do a whole stream where we're going to play the trailers leading up to the festival. So we'll figure that out. But
all right, very cool. All right, well, what topics do we have for today, Lou?
All right. No worries, CCDV. We were talking with Angelique Rivera and Rob Alicea from L.I.F.E, which is an organization called Latinos in Film and Entertainment. But now let's get to the tabs. What's happening in the world? What did we miss since the last time you were here? Do you have any news for us regarding your show or Coming Out for Love? What's the update there?
I have an update. So they just had issues with distribution, so they halted it. It was supposed to premiere on Valentine's Day, and they paused all of that. So we're waiting now to get more updates. But so far, it's still they're still editing. The ball is rolling. It's just kind of halted for now. TBD, right. TBD. But I will update you.
So 37. Isn't it called Sushi a la Mexicana in Spanish? It could be.
Let me see. I love that name though.
Sushi. You know what though? I will say that my favorite sushi places in San Diego, the sushi chefs are all Mexican.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
not surprised.
Not surprised. I mean, what is it?
No, I went to NorCal. Oh, I guess that's personal news as well. I went to NorCal and we drove up to we called it Putalumia. It's called Petaluma. We drove up to Petaluma and we went to this like really amazing, bougie, wonderful and then we found out that the owners were Latino. So nice. Shout out to them doing big things, owning Italian restaurants and sushi restaurants.
No, absolutely. We do have a couple of Anonymous Way that came in this week, so we'll get to those in a second. The biggest news, I guess, so far this week is not necessarily. Oh, you know what? One more personal thing news that we did have is let me show you guys the visual on this. I have I'm back.
Oh, you got a car?
I'm back into the world of the driving.
Guess who's driving to LA? You are.
I don't know if the hoopty's gonna make it there, but
I know mine either. We're gonna have to borrow a car. Bro.
Listen, we might be better on. It'll get us to the train station so we can take the train up there. But yeah, I did get it. Thank you. After I've been basically, for those that know me, I've pretty much been not for a reason. I had a car, but for a while, taking care of my dad for the last 7 years, I didn't really need one because I was at my house like 95% of the time. So I decided to get rid of our car And then now that, you know, my life is different, I decided that I need to get back out there into the world. So I got a little hand-me-down Honda CRV. We're gonna see if it passes smog.
Love, yes.
We're gonna get after it and see what happens here.
The CRVs are a hatch, right?
What does that mean?
It's like cuando hay como atrás se hace así, like, you know.
Oh,
Okay,
I guess it's technically like a mini SUV.
Oh, okay. I did not explain that well. You get it. A hatchback. You get it.
A little mini SUV is what it is, Miss Sophia.
We love it.
Right,
Congrats. I'm excited.
Thank you, Mello. Thank you for stopping by. Mello was on the show yesterday. She missed you. We did our preview.
I know.
Thank you.
How'd it go?
You. 2 doors and a hatchback. That's how you do it. Yeah. It was actually really good. We had the artist Inocente, who was the subject of the 2012. If you guys haven't catch the VOD on the YouTube. We had Inocente, which is the artist of they did the 2012 Oscar winner short form documentary was about her as a homeless artist in San Diego. And she is going to be at the festival. They're going to do a 10-year anniversary 10-year anniversary screening of her film, of the film she was a subject of. So we had an Oscar winner on the show, and you missed it because you went to a hockey game.
I did go to a hockey game. It was exciting for me. Damn, now I'm less excited. How dare you?
All right, let's check in on the let's check in on the caucasity.
Oh, jeez, let's do it. Oh no. Oh. Why does it slap go a little? Fried chicken.
All right. Anyway, 12 million views on that.
Oh my goodness! I don't know how to feel. That's
and my favorite tweet was, "What do you call this girl?" And the first one was MAGA the Stallion.
MAGA the Stallion. Oh my God! Yes, that is so beautiful. MAGA the Stallion. No, there's no way anyone beat that. That's fucking amazing.
I guess the question is smash or pass, Savia?
Pass. Big pass. Big pass.
Big pass. Big pass. Big pass.
MAGA the Stallion. Listen, why did that low key slap a little when it got real country? I was like, yeah, Sam Hunt.
I would drive a big old Silverado while wearing a cowboy hat. Yeah, absolutely.
Cowboy hat. Yeah.
I guess the main what do you think the main story this week was? I mean, it's kind of been like a slow sort of they're still fighting.
I was gonna say, I don't know if we're going political, the whole, derailment of that, and then the gas spill.
They're trying to your prediction about the student loans is going to the Supreme Court, right?
Is it? I did not see the update. Is it going to the Supreme Court?
Yeah, they're gonna start.
Fuck, it's gonna get shut down though.
They're so angry at people getting money.
I know. And then you know what else? Oh, happened in Florida, just pushing a little more.
What happened?
They've been DeSantis decided to put restrictions on universities so that they are not allowed to teach anything that has to do with critical race theory. And what that means on paper is just like literally anything that is educational, you cannot educate people on. At a university where you are supposed to be educated.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of that happening. Books are being edited to me. Yeah, books are being edited. Like there's a picture of people like libraries in Florida not even taking a chance and taking all the books down from the shelves.
Yeah. Well, Mr. CCTV, on that one is more on the the extreme left, because I don't like that either. The fact that they are kind of woke, editing books. Just because they're outdated, like no, leave it as is, and then if anything, it's a testament to its time. But I don't think that we should.
How do how does everybody feel about, like, for example, the old like Song of the South cartoons on Disney? Because the question was, like, in terms of Disney, because a lot of the early Disney stuff was super racist, or like
Yeah.
super characteristics for African Americans and people of color and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I guess the option is you edit it all out,
Mhm.
you take out all the racist stuff from the books, or from even like the Dr. Seuss books and stuff, that have some sort of racist connotations or characterizations, or you present them with like a trigger warning and an explanation that this is sort of reminiscent of the time. Where do you fall on that?
I think it's up to the author, honestly. I think that if the author is dead, you maintain their projects how they were, and then you just put a trigger warning, whatever. Hey man, this talks about racial issues. This is whatever, right? It's a little offensive, I guess. I don't see the problem with the trigger warning, honestly. That's fine. Um Not that I'm saying they should, but I'm just saying I don't see a problem with it. But I think if the author is alive, at the end of the day, it's their profits that are being that are at stake. So I think that if they so choose to change some wording, go for it. Just do it. I think that's totally fine. But I don't know why I feel like it should be their choice. Um, I don't know.
Well,
What do you think?
I mean, if you let's say you talk something like Tom Sawyer, or something like that, where they have
Mhm.
some very graphic language or things like that. I feel like reading that didn't make me either woke or racist, right? When I was growing up and read that book, and I think that as long as it has context,
Mhm.
I think context and perspective is the most important thing. And if,
Yeah.
if you read only one book and that book is racist, or that book has some racist connotations or imagery, I think you could make a case that something like that could affect somebody. But as long as you can read multiple books and you have some sort of context into the time that it was written, you know, there's also a lot of movies and things that we necessarily can't really promote as much as you did anymore, right? Like
Yeah.
there's films that I grew up liking, that for various reasons, whether because the language or stuff like
Mhm.
that, or the characterizations or the themes, I kind of hard to view,
Yeah,
right?
you watch it and you're like, "No, not age well." Um, yeah, like, I bought my niece a book the other day. Well, I didn't buy it, but I was buying her books, and so there was this book, Torditas para Mamá, and I was like, "How sweet. Let me buy it," because she wants to learn Spanish, all that stuff. I opened it. Literally, like, 3 of the poems are about Spain, like, hitting your kids. And they're sweet little poems and they're songs, but they're about, like, fucking slapping your child, and I was like, "Oh my god." Because the olden times, Latinos used to do that shit. So, but I didn't buy it. But
Listen, I wrote a line in Slapworthy where they were talking about how you never go full lesbian, remember? And then the line that she said was like, what'd she say? She's like, she slapped the fuck out of her, remember?
oh
When Shelly
yeah.
was talking about the grandma when she saw it, when the girl. So even the stuff that we create, sometimes a few years later, a thought process could go change. Mr. CC, centrist right, I have a pagan girlfriend, yet I am Christian.
Nice.
The author should never be defiled.
See,
Uh
that's kind of where I stand as well. Because I feel like they're doing it for profit. Not gonna lie, I feel like if they're doing it to dead authors, it's because the companies want to profit, and they know that people like me open the book, read it, and not buy it, right?
Yeah, we shouldn't.
Because
I
had
don't. I don't
those
think we should be
poems,
afraid of. I don't. We think we shouldn't be afraid because it's really just context. An
yeah.
author in the 1920s and the 1870s and the 1950s with the misogyny and the stuff like that, all of it is a product of its time. The movies
Hmm.
that we've made over the last 10 years, 10, 15 years from now, like, I mean, is somebody going to watch Slapworthy and be like, oh my God, or somebody's going to watch, a joke that we made, or a podcast that we recorded and a take that we had. So it's really, I don't like to use the slippery slope thing, but it does become sort of weird. Like,
Yeah, but to bring it back to how this started to begin with this whole conversation, I mean, in one side they're doing little augmentations here and there to make it woke. On the other one, they're fucking book burning so that these things don't exist. That's fucking more offensive. You're just destroying all educational books. Like, That's offensive. That's like some dark ages shit. Like, I just think that all information, whether yes, it's racist and terrible, or whether it's very educational and positive, whatever, it should just all exist, and people who read it should be mature enough to know the context of it, and we can all be happy. But no, Ron DeSantis wants to destroy education.
Yeah, I think the funny part about that is how they phrase it, where they make, because they're trying to all these places are, and I have a couple of other stories similar to that. All these places are writing these laws, and they're very much scripted to say like we can't have anything education that's gonna like negatively impact how we feel about our country, or I don't know, it's just very weird how they're trying to they say that we're nothing, that we're the cancel culture, yet they're like.
Exactly. And that's what gets me. I'm like, right now we just ranted for like what, 10 minutes about like, oh, they're changing some sentences here and there. But other people that are against cancel culture are literally canceling a bunch of books for just existing because they're afraid of its content, honestly, and they don't want people to read it. It's fucking offensive. It's stupid. And we're entering the dark ages. Well, at least Florida is. So am I right?
It feels like this is a fight that was like settled.
Yeah, like I don't know where this is coming from. I'm like, no, we should not be destroying any books. What? Like,
Look,
we've already lived this in history a million times.
Look, the right is the devil, but the left is cucks, and they know how to fight, and they know how to get shit done at the local level. They know what laws, what positions of power they have to hold, so that no matter who's in the majority, they are able to get what the fuck they want or have influence, right? You know, like they knew, the Donald was a piece of shit, but they're like, he's gonna vote for the Supreme Court, people. So let's fucking get him in there. He's never read you could put a gun to Donald Trump's head. He would never be able to recite 3 words from a Bible that were in a row. But they were happy to fucking put their support. You got Obama and Biden who are like Catholics, and they're like, no, they're the devil. The guy who's never been to church once in his life. That's the guy we want. While you were active in. I took some classes from Maryland University. I was banned from the chat because I disagreed with my fellow students. Yeah, I think we need to have the discourse. Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, but that exactly. So that's my thing. I'm like, the discourse needs to happen. I'm not saying that is not okay to ban people when you're trying to have a civil conversation. So that was not okay. Sorry, you had to go through that. And then on that note, banning books is sort of like that. You're just deleting things. You're banning a conversation to even be had.
Look, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to spend their time, but if you were to follow this link that says the 13th annual Influential Latinos in Media nomination period now being open, and you decide to promote like your favorite podcasters or streamers for that, and if there was a link in the chat to do that, I wouldn't stop you.
No,
I wouldn't stop you, because imagen.org is having their 13th annual Influential Latinos in Media nomination period, and it's open now. And it's not just about us. Maybe you're an influential Latino. Let us know. We'll listen. That's the self-plug. Sorry. Yeah, love it. Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of shit happening in the world. Let's do a little palate. Let me get a little palate cleanser here.
We haven't even started tabs or anything. Or no, not miss.
These are tabs. These are all the tabs. All right, let's see this.
Okay,
right. Cool. So somebody mentioned that their dog liked Rory, Henry Cavill from the Witcher, and this is what happened.
Okay.
So she gave her a single photo, and then some people from the internet sent her some stuff.
And
then they sent her a Funko.
Oh my gosh.
And then more.
Oh my god. Rory is so happy. They're gonna get him a bed. This is ridiculous. I love it. Oh.
Little dog's got his Henry Cavill shrine.
Rory's in love. I love the internet sometimes. I love it.
There's the good part. Yeah.
So pure. Oh my gosh. Rory. Her little dress.
Rory the Frenchie loves Henry Cavill. That's the happiest dog ever. Yeah, absolutely.
My dog liked anything like that, I would definitely support it.
All right, here you go. Here's a question for the ladies.
I'm a lady.
All right. Archaeologists find the first Roman dildo.
No way.
It's exciting and intriguing. All right. So I don't know. This could be like a small baseball bat.
It could be. Yeah. I was going to say it doesn't have to be a dildo.
I mean,
Ah.
it's from 1062. I have to confess, part of me thinks it's kind of self-evident that this is a penis. We know ancient Romans and Greeks used sexual implements. This object from Vindolanda could be an example of one. The Caligula S accessory was discovered in 1992 during an excavation at the Roman fort of Bindolandia in Northumberland.
Northumberland.
It's a 6-inch long cylindrical object as an implement for darning.
Average.
My question here is splinters?
That's okay. That's what I'm going to say, because I'm like, it's a Roman object, and honestly, so Mr. CCTV on Pompeii, they would have like glass objects out of rocks, like they would make it out of something that wouldn't get stuck in there, silver, like metals.
Yeah,
I'm like, there's been dildos made out of other stuff. I don't know that this is
like a poor man's dildo.
Yeah, this is a poor man. Exactly. Yeah.
You have to graduate from the wood dildo to the silver or gold.
Maybe the documentary we watched was about the upper class and how they were having orgies with glass dildos.
But I mean, in a pinch, right?
In a pinch, Oh my god! Just use your hand. I don't know what to tell you. Like a cave woman.
Like a cave woman. All right, today's let's keep it light here for a second. Okay, this is don't freak out anybody. KFC is removing wings and popcorn chicken from menus nationwide.
Whoa, what else is there? No offense.
I mean, their popcorn chicken is just little pieces of chicken and breading, right? I mean,
yeah, but like they're known for chicken. So why are you taking any chicken away?
Yeah,
is it getting expensive? What's happening?
I think they just want to make it easier. I feel like a lot of places are sort of simplifying their menus or taking stuff away. Like they're being a lot of cutthroat. Remember, we're late stage capitalism.
That's true. Yeah.
It's going to get to the point where restaurants make one thing.
I don't mind as long as my groceries don't go up, but I'm indecisive. I know they already have. I'm just stop. Just don't continue.
All right, let's talk more late stage capitalism.
Oh, great. My favorite topic.
All right, this is one of those horrible stories that gets played as a positive.
A 72-year-old Domino's delivery woman fell while dropping off a pizza.
You okay?
I fell.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
So 70-year-old Domino's delivery later falls, hurts herself while delivering a pizza.
Why is she working at 70?
Exactly.
Oh
ding, 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 ding.
We've got a winner.
But let's see if we can phrase this as a positive.
Oh my God.
So they work in the medical field. They were helpful, but they knew they could do more for her.
GoFundMe, encouraging people to leave a tip. Soon they raised over $250,000. That allowed Barbara to retire. Now Barbara plans to take a cruise and travel to Europe.
All right. So this is one of those. This kid was denied insurance, so the community got together, or the Mr. Beast thing where he's like, I'm going to help 1,000 people see by paying for their eye surgery.
Yeah.
Etc. Yeah, exactly, Alexandra. She should be resting and enjoying her senior years. Listen, man, if we have our seniors working, yeah, exactly, and that's more common in Latino community and stuff like that. But if our seniors have to work at 71, look, maybe if you're like 71 and you were like a gambler or got out of jail or something, you might have to get a job. But can we just keep that at like Walmart greeter and not having to fucking rush all around town, get out in and out of the car, delivering?
This is a blue collar job. Like, it's physical.
It's a physical labor. Like, we failed our seniors. We failed as a society of if 70-year-olds have to go deliver pizzas and then we have to crowdsource their retirement.
That's sad. That is like the Mr. Beast situation. And honestly, as time goes by, we're just going to be talking about more economic policy because our priorities are not aligned in this country, and the primaries are coming up, and I have been watching a lot of politics and I'm riled up, I'll tell you. And yes, we should have socialized medicine and paid for retirements and everything. Okay. We are the richest country in the world. This is ridiculous.
Let's get Uncle Bernie in there. Can we get Uncle Bernie? Can we get 2 years of Uncle Bernie? He'll fix everything.
Bernie. I'm moving. Listen, this Euro trip that I'm taking, I'm gonna marry somebody in Slovenia, and I'm staying there. I'm staying my ass in Slovenia, okay? Because their economy is thriving.
All right, just doing a shout out for a friend here. If anybody wants to buy some quirky stuff on Etsy,
quirky.
Go to the homegirl Shannon Anton Designs. She does charm bracelets, other stuff on Etsy.
Cute.
I'm doing I have a random set of tabs of people's businesses that I like to promote, as you guys all know. And today we're gonna just give her a shout out, Shannon Anton Designs. If you do have any Etsy needs, follow her, buy a little trinket, help them out. All right, let's see. All right, let's go more caucasity. This is Karen getting mad because they had Spanish TV show on at a pizzeria.
Oh, what?
My grandmother before that, so you can actually say 200 years. You want to tell?
Oh, what happened to the sound, Lou? Sound went out as soon as you muted.
I will look you.
Hold on. You hear that now?
Yeah.
And my grandmother before that, so you can actually say 200 years. You want to tell me Spanish on your TV? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Because you're not American, dude. I will look you the fuck up and get you the fuck out of our town. Okay? Fuck you. Give my money back. I'm not giving my money to some illegal immigrant.
Oh my God.
I don't care. Then you gotta. You're in America. You're supposed to learn English. You got Spanish. Well, then you got Spanish on your TV. That's a fuck you to Americans, dude. My fucking father was a World War II veteran. Okay,
Oh my God, ladies.
Thousands of Mexican and Latino soldiers fought for the U.S. in World War II and in the Revolutionary War as well.
It's also not England, yet we speak English.
Right now, and they love me. And you're gonna do this kind of shit. I'm gonna spend it on my money back right now. I want my money back. Okay? You don't understand. You're too young to have any kind of respect. No, you
Can she just take her pizza and leave?
No, she doesn't want the pizza anymore because they had Spanish on the TV.
Oh.
He's
like,
he's running a business.
And believe me, I will check it. Okay, I'm a suitcase.
Lady, it's also not a piece of business. You don't get to choose what goes on the TV and what doesn't.
Yeah, because you're racist. You're racist. Yes, you are.
You're a victim.
You're racist.
You're a victim.
I'm not a victim.
You're a
no,
victim.
I'm not.
Well, I mean, currently.
No, you're a racist. You're a racist.
You're a victim.
You're a
You're
racist.
the racist.
No,
You're
I'm not
a
racist.
racist.
I'm not over here trying to get my money back
No,
because
no,
you're shopping at a pizza shop.
I'm just asking
No one
for a
cares.
credit back. You're the racist. I can do this with my phone too.
Where was this? Do we
I can
know?
do the same thing.
Show everybody that you're
the
racist.
You're the racist. I'm gonna film you right now.
She might have had a couple of pops. She might have had a
This
couple of
is our
Amstel
first
lights.
Karen. Oh my
No, I've been here. I've been in Half Row.
Everybody remembers their first Karen.
100 years.
So you're gonna share with everybody
yes.
that you're racist?
No,
Yeah,
you're racist,
no.
honey. You're racist. Very racist. I won't.
That's not an argument. You're just regurgitating. I hate when people lose sight of it, like whatever argument it is that they were making, and they just sit there repeating. Like I lose it because, okay, if you want to have a conversation about, hey, this is America, and you should stand by your argument, say something logical. Don't just sit there yelling, saying nonsensical shit, and wasting everyone's time. Ugh.
Spent 10 years in the Army. I bet she didn't. Yeah. How do you feel about people that are like, address me by my husband's title or my wife's title or something like that? Like, like I understand you might be able to join the, what is it? The insurance places that only cater to veterans, but come on.
But also listen, like what makes you an American at the end of the day? It's just having the fucking paper. That is it. I'm sorry, but like, I love our troops, but if you served or you didn't serve, that doesn't make you more or less American.
Yeah,
It just
absolutely.
really, it just doesn't. Okay, like I'm glad that you served, but I also, I'm not gonna
Or she
applaud
didn't
you everywhere
serve.
you go.
She said her
No,
her
I know, but what
grandparents
I'm saying
served.
is like, even if she did, it doesn't matter. Like you're not more American than the next person. No
Yeah.
one is. I served, I did my jury duty. Well, people
Yeah.
fucking don't do. Am I gonna go yelling at people? No, it doesn't matter as long as you
She,
have the paper. You don't even have to speak the fucking language, English. It's not an official language.
and then I love you're right, Mr. CCDV. She has 4,000 fires. I'll get racist? No, but literally, she's like, oh, you know what? I'm so right. I'm gonna share this with my 4,000
Yeah.
flower. I'm gonna share this with my 4,000. That's how confident I am in my stupidity. That's how proud I am of my ignorance. There's a lot of people that are so there's this niche where people are so proud to be ignorant. Like they're proud of ignorance. Like the other thing that I love that happens so much right now. This is a little side topic, but like it's snowed in California or it's snowed in Arizona, and then right away the hot takes are like, oh, I guess.
Global warming.
What
isn't
about
a thing.
global
It's
warming,
holding.
libtards? I guess global warming's not a thing.
Oh my god, I know.
And I'm like,
Ah.
look, at some point people thought that it's climate change. It's not global warming. They called it the wrong thing. Are you going to hang on that for are you going to build your entire personality on that forever and ever?
Yes, they are, Lou, because they can't take the time to actually sit down and read any of the science papers that are a little too hard for them
I'm going to
to
burn coal.
understand.
I'm going to waste gas.
Now,
I'm going to
listen,
leave my gas stove on.
listen,
Because
it's ignorance is bliss only for the ignorant. Everyone else has to fucking deal with them. And like, I just finished reading a book. This is why I'm very fucking currently angry about climate change. I just finished reading the book called On Fire by Naomi Klein. It is so good and so detailed, and it accumulates so much research. And it is a hard read. I was not happy reading that. It's thick and it's fucking difficult. Okay. I'm only reading that right now because I have the time, but it's fucking hard. And that's the shit that they don't want to do. They just want to sit there and yap and yap and yap and be like, they have no, whenever you try to have an actual conversation with someone and get to an objective truth, I can be very patient, but I cannot have a conversation with someone when they are acting in bad faith and they just want to regurgitate whatever is their point is gonna be no matter what, and you can't change their mind. There was this debate with Bill Nye, and I'm forgetting, but he was the whole point was one was believes in a, the other one doesn't. The debate happened. It was hours of debating. You're eye rolling because you're just like, oh my god, here's Bill Nye saying information that matters, and then here's this other guy being like, but no, I don't believe that, haha. And then so you get to the end of like 2 hours of this debate, right? And at the end, they have one more question to be asked. They ask Bill Nye, are you willing to change your mind about evolution if you were to find proof against your point? And he says, yes, of course. Right? Who fucking wouldn't? And then they ask the other guy that's anti-evolution. And he's like, no, you can't change my mind no matter what. And I'm like, so we just wasted 2 hours because there's no way you're going to change your mind. You're so fucking dead set in your dumb ideology. Why even fucking partake at this point? It's so hard to get these people out of their fucking, I don't know. They need help. I don't know. And I try to be patient. It's just hard to have a conversation with someone that doesn't try to get to the objective truth at the end of the day. And that's what this bitch is doing. She's just like, no, you're a racist. No, you're a racist. I know you are, but what am I? She's a child.
Look, we've talked about having and we've had a few people on that sort of are center right, or Kirk Cameron. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Kirk, great one.
Yeah. What was the video of Kirk Cameron describing? He was describing how he could prove that there's no such thing as evolution because of the banana. Was that the thing where he was talking about? I don't know. I don't think so. We've talked about, like you've asked me before, would you debate somebody right wing, or would you have somebody on the show that was like, more like conservative or whatever to debate and stuff like that? And in theory I would, but I just don't feel that a lot of their arguments or debates are in good faith. I feel like I said, there is this cultural difference where and look, it goes both ways, because from the right's perspective or from a center conservative perspective, we and me and you are much further left than normal, what they call liberals, right? But like
Yeah.
the basic liberals, the blue hairs or whatever you want to call them, they are also very proud of their knowledge. They
Mhm.
can be smug. They can
Yeah.
definitely be smug because they feel that in the fact that they do research stuff and they do sort of look for other stuff, if they do feel that they feel a little elitist. So it is true that from a perspective from the other side, they look like they're smug assholes that think they're right. They think they're smarter than everybody, and that is sort of a theme for people that act that way on the left. And then on the other side, it's being proud of their ignorance and making that their personality. Proud that they don't care
Yeah.
about science. Proud that they're like, oh, gas is bad. Well, it's good.
It's the contrarian point of view, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
both
yeah,
are
yeah.
guilty. On the left, you can be so woke to the point where you don't even want to
smug.
hear a
You're
white
smug.
person. You're smug. You're like, I
You're
don't.
smug.
What would you know about my experience? Like that. You don't even let them have an opinion. Hear them out a little. You know, it has to be an open platform to debate, or we will get nowhere, and there will be two sides. And it's so polarized. No, it was I just looked it up. It was Ken Ham. Ken Ham is the guy that was. Ray Comfort is also crazy though. He's great. But that was fun. You know, I was joking. He's terrible. He's absolutely
All
shit
right,
of a human.
all right. I found
But
part
anyway.
2 of this.
Oh no, it keeps going.
Why don't you just keep videotaping what you were just saying to everyone?
I would like a
Go home and feed your children.
I'm at Amy's, and I am.
This is in Pennsylvania, by the way.
Bullied.
I'm being bullied by these people at Amy's.
I'm being
ostracized and bullied. They are videotaping that. They are videotaping me.
Look, white frailty is so funny. You see all these videos of these people that are like, dude, and some of them are fucking scary. Where it's Karen with a black guy, and they start calling the police and start screaming and crying,
hyperventilating.
yeah, like hyperventilating. Like, man, that shit is just fucking frustrating as hell.
It's just like, how did we get to the? How did we get so damn polarized?
I am white, and they want to call me racist.
Yeah, her kids are like happy because she can't cook.
Nice.
They're like pizza. Their kids are like pizza from the Mexican place.
Pizza, yeah.
Go, mom. Try not to be a fucking Karen ass bitch on your way over
At
there.
that point, like, what are you gonna do? Just, are you done? Are you done? Call security.
Like, how long does it take them to get a fucking credit card or shit? Yeah, you got one part right. Like, she got so crazy. Yeah, 50 minutes just hanging around, being
just
a
hanging
fucking.
around.
Don't you have anything else to do? There we go.
Finally. It's just, they're so empowered, you know, and I don't like to talk like, well, you know, I mean, we do talk shit about Trump, but like, that's one thing that really, he just empowered these people. Like, before, there were racist people that existed, but before Trump, I feel like they were a lot more quiet and more civil instead of just ranting and raving at pizza places. Like, keep your racism to yourself, lady. We don't all have to fucking put up with it. Come on.
Out of the most trivial things to fucking look, I walk into restaurants. Sometimes they're playing basketball games. Sometimes they're playing the news. I walk into places and they have Fox News on. I don't go into a fucking tirade, or if you know they have. Listen, interesting enough, there was a thing online, and through a company called Sticker Mule, and it was get 10 custom die cut stickers for $1.
Oh.
So of course I jump on it, and I got these stickers die cut tile like this,
nice.
Right? For $1. Then I found out that the company then I followed them on Twitter, and they were posting some stuff, and people were immediately, it's like, because they're like, hey, somebody posted that somebody took advantage of our $1 offer and ordered hundreds of times, and they started posting about it. And then the responses were like, serves you right for being a MAGA company. And yeah, I expect nothing less from a shitty ass company. So I guess something happened where Sticker Mule got called out as being like a MAGA company.
Oh, whoa.
But I didn't know shit about it, so I ordered some stickers for $1. Like, I don't care, right?
You're funding them.
Right. No, for, which, so, but then it's just interesting. It's like, if I don't know your politics and if I don't know, then, like, you know what I mean? Like Chick-fil-A, like, I don't want to know, you know what I'm saying? If
how the chicken is made.
I don't know, you got you had me at the Polynesian sauce, but now you had to go get all anti-gay and start, promoting anti-gay things in other countries. And yeah, manga is Japanese. I think, isn't manga Japanese comic books or Japanese?
Manga with an N. Yeah, manga is Japanese. Yeah.
But yeah, like, so I don't
Is
need
it
to know your
porn?
politics. You had me at Polynesian sauce and stuff like this. Like, if I walk in and I see you have Spanish TV, I know I'm about to get if they're playing Telemundo, they're playing, whatever. I know I'm going to have some bomb ass food. Now, if I walk into a restaurant and they have some, all right, here's a question for the chat. All right. You walk into a restaurant, they have a TV playing in the background, right? What is the worst possible thing they could have on the TV that would make you think you're having a shitty ass food? Because if I walk into a taco shop and I got Newsmax, I know I'm getting some stale ass ground beef tacos or something like that. But what would you know? What would you think? Yeah. What would you think, Sophia? If they walk into a restaurant and there's a big ass TV, what would you not want to see?
Not want to see? Ooh.
Like, for example, at the taco shop that I go to down the street,
I know what I do want to see.
They have a TV, and I know the girl there because I go there all the time, and she's always watching something on Netflix. And I was like, "Oh, what are you watching?" And blah blah blah. But some places you go in and they have the news. Some places they'll have sports on. Fox News is a good answer. Like, if I saw, what would be the worst thing? Like, you know what? I would
Ben Shapiro. I don't know.
I would say if they had Real Housewives.
Yeah, Kardashians.
Oh my God! If you walked into like a Chinese restaurant and they were like blasting the Kardashians on the screen, how confident would you be in your chicken?
Well, if they have subtitles, I would respect that. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think Fox News is a good one. But if I walk into a restaurant and they have some Mexican stuff on, boom, this is ethnic. This is good.
Some soccer on. Hell yeah, I trust it.
Anyway, Tizzy Entertainment is the guy that always breaks down all these videos. That's what he kind of does. He calls out all these people that post videos and thing. This was rage bait. This was something that was fake, like tipping your landlord. That's fake. That's fake.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Tipping your landlord's not a thing. But you can also so Tizzy, if you want to get into watch nonstop videos, this guy, all he does is find videos like that, post them. He's the guy that when there's a video out, he'll go in there, he'll post it, and then all his followers, like within an hour or two, they'll find where the person works. They'll find that's the cancel police right there.
Damn.
Like that. He when they get on you, when Twitter gets on you, look, I heard something about Twitter that's incredibly true. Yeah. Every day on Twitter, there's a main villain, and your entire goal is to not be that person.
Don't
be the villain on Twitter for that day.
So far, I think we're good, but hey, let's enter the third hour and we'll see how we get.
Listen. My misogyny will get me canceled at some point.
It's always in the third hour. I'm telling you.
All right, so there's this. Okay, so this is. Let's see if we have any other. Okay, we're almost done here. All right, this is an interesting one. So there's a woman who killed a pregnant woman. She was in an Uber with some friends, and she invited a friend to come out with them.
Right.
All of a sudden, they're driving back home. They get into an argument. The woman kicks her. She puts out a gun, and she shoots her.
Whoa.
Right. And she got locked up. She's in jail. They made a motion on the behalf of her fetus.
What the fuck?
Because saying that the fetus shouldn't be behind bars. So this is the opposite of the, if it has a heartbeat, it's a human being and it has rights, right? Right. So this is kind of like, this is using that law to their advantage, or they're attempting to.
Yeah.
So what they're basically saying, since the fetus is a person, the state has placed the unborn child in an inherently dangerous environment by placing the unborn child in close proximity to violent criminal offenders.
Nope.
So they think that she should get released because she's carrying a person.
Absolutely not. Nope. No. How many pregnant people in jail? Like, there are so many pregnant women in jail. All right.
They haven't thought about this.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There has been pregnant females in jail,
Right.
and they still are there doing their time. And what happens is they get released to deliver the baby, and then that's it.
They get taken to the hospital. They release the
Yeah.
baby. They get 2 hours with the baby, and then they get
And
put
then
back in jail.
boom, back to jail.
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
So I'm like, I
Horrible.
don't see why this. What? No.
No,
Absolutely not.
I'm saying that, yeah, but it's horrible how they treat pregnant women in jail, though.
Oh yeah,
that's,
no,
that's not
that's
right.
a different. Yeah, I'm
That's
just
not
saying,
right.
like, what
But
makes
I'm
you
saying,
feel like I know the point you're making is like how now that rhetoric of the fetus is a living thing is now this is another step to that.
look, it's basically an extension of the can I drive in the carpool lane when I'm pregnant?
Yeah, exactly. Because oh my god, I would love that. I'll get pregnant to drive in the carpool lane.
Or do the dogs
I'm
count?
pregnant. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah. No, wait. I'm starting to like this. Hold on. I'm starting to like this privilege.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
From our previous thing, yeah, blame banda. Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
If I'm hearing, yeah, that's another thing. If I'm hearing some good music coming out of the kitchen,
The
that's
kitchen.
another,
Yeah,
that's
the
another
kitchen
plus.
always has banda playing. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting. All right, so another right-wing idiot that's making the rounds, and then we're almost done here, is this guy Ethan Schmidt, who's going around. He's the guy that went to like gay pride and like was like lightly knocking over stuff, right?
Very offended by this book right here. This is anti-white racism. Anti-white racism, sir. I don't appreciate that. And this right here is black supremacy. Where is it? Yeah, I'm Black History. That's black supremacy. We got another one, Black History. Where's the white history? Where's the white history?
I mean, at this point, you just go like this and you go everywhere else.
Yeah.
Everywhere else in the store.
The white history is yeah.
Everything that's not right here, that's your stuff.
Yeah.
I am Black History. Where's the white section? Is there,
everywhere. Yes.
He's like, what do I say? Everywhere else. That's a big store too.
What do we call male Karens?
Do you have a white history?
Are they Chads? No.
No.
But look at that guy.
We need white lives matter too,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this guy's just doing it for the clout, and I doubt that he's doing this like in any predominantly black neighborhoods or Barnes and Nobles, right?
Yeah.
This is obviously a guy that's
white
trying
fragility. I fucking love that. You know what? You know what really pisses me off though is like the fact that these people feel so validated, like they truly feel like activists.
Right.
Kind of like our guests that we had today, they're actually doing something pretty cool for a community, right? And they're, using their voices. But that's how these guys feel. They feel validated and like, I'm doing something awesome right now for my community. And I just wish that that energy would be allocated.
This guy's like, not today. I'm not going to deal with you.
Yeah, not today. I wish that that energy was allocated into something helpful. Like, sir, you could benefit from free healthcare. That's a non-racial issue. You could benefit.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So much energy misplaced.
It's like if somebody was watching today and be like, what about what's in film and entertainment? I'd be like, yeah, that's the entire history of cinema and the theater. That's your history. I know there was another video of him. There's another video of him. I don't know if it's here. I'll look it up.
But they just feel like they're doing so, like they're changing the world. That's what irks me. I'm just like, you're just spreading hate. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's not that difficult. All right. Being prejudiced is just, and I don't like people that are mean, and we should all be kind to each other. And yeah, these people suck.
They fucking suck.
They fucking suck. No.
What's up?
I was like, no, more sucky people. Oh, it's because I can see from the bottom screen what's coming.
Oh yeah. No, I'm trying to find. There was a video of him.
It.
There's a video of him at. There's a video. Okay, let's watch actually the Tizzy video because he does a good breakdown sometimes.
Ethan lives in Arizona. The gay is dating and hookup apps and a flag burning, and also hates. Ethan lives in Arizona. The gay is dating and hookup apps.
I don't think this is the
Live
right
in
one.
Arizona, and they see.
Wait.
Gay hookup apps. I like how he says that.
Five for kids. What do you guys think about 5 for kids? Is that cool? Trans kids too. They got trans kids too. Wow. Look at this. It's pedophilia.
What? Oh my god. It's pedophilia. Sir.
All right, that's a whole different thing, man.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna get into it.
Yeah, maybe they're just pendejos. Yeah, no, I think he's got a big
Yep.
look. I see that guy with that mustache coming right away.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's a
Look
pendejo.
at his shirt too, and his like mark. I'm like, bro, what are you dressing your kids in?
I guarantee you, this guy never read 1984.
Definitely not. Or
$1 million. Yeah. I'd like to know if this guy has ever been in the Los Angeles riot. I've only been in 2. Yeah. I would bet my left nut that this guy didn't read 1984 or even knows who wrote it.
No.
Or anything else. Like, they just know what to regurgitate.
Yeah, exactly.
This person says, Ethan Schmidt is a person so obsessed with gay sex. What are the chances that his browser history is full of gay porn? Yeah.
Very high.
Oh, this is the one where he was pretending to be tough. This is the one where he was pretending to be tough.
No.
This one is hilarious.
More consumers. Or to get the answer.
Look at that. He's got his little "I'm a tough guy" walk
There is no answer.
in an empty Target.
Okay.
With the fake punch.
Oh my god.
So this is this is like a 24-hour Target at like 4 a.m. or something.
You know what's so funny is like you're kicking rainbows. Like at the end of the day, this is big dude just kicking rainbows.
In an empty Target.
Like, bro, you look
Go do this at
dumb.
the Target in Hillcrest, in Los Angeles, somewhere in New York.
My dude.
Look, that walk isn't cool when the boxer guy does it. That's the Irish guy walk, right?
Homophobic people are gay. I said it. 99% of the time that's the case. Why do you care so much? All
right.
Jeez.
Let's see. Okay, do I have anything else? No. Okay, I have one other story here.
Yeah, right. Let's go. They're pendejos. Agreed.
They're pendejos. Yeah, absolutely pendejos. All right. So one more thing about late stage capitalism. So
oh my gosh. Yes.
So there's a self-defense class for landlords.
Oh.
After suing to end eviction protections, an LA Property Owners Association prepares for the day tenants attack back. So instead of like doing something normal with that money, like maybe lowering rent, doing some repairs, helping out their tenants during the tough time, because obviously in California and other places since COVID's been happening, there's been, eviction protections. I know a lot of people that haven't paid their light bill and stuff like that because, it's been a lot of stuff happening. And so there's added protections from the government, fail safes. You can't evict somebody during a time of a pandemic. You can't turn somebody's lights off. It would be inhumane, especially if that person has been affected by the pandemic, by work or what have you. Whether you think the pandemic is real or not, it's happening. Jobs shut down. The world shut down. Yeah. So instead of doing that, what they're doing is they're doing self-defense classes for when the inevitable rise of the tenants happens. If you Google tenant landlord murder, you'll see the former traffic hawk pushes her tortoise, blah, blah, blah. Freedom is everybody's business. There's so many cases of tenant murder. So basically, this is a self-defense class for when the end of the eviction moratorium ends and they're going to have to go kick some of these people out. They're basically teaching them self-defense. So how do we feel about this?
I mean, it's stupid. But can't they just send a letter? Why are they do they have to go physically, like face to face? What? Hello?
Sophia.
Did I freeze? Hello.
No, you froze for a second. I think we knocked back though. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what was I saying? It's stupid, and can't they just send a letter? Don't they just get a notice? What, they don't have to physically show up, right? Right? I don't understand. This is stupid. They're misplacing money, like you said. I don't know. You talk. I am exhausted.
No, Can we have healthcare? Okay, can we just have health? Can we just have healthcare and not to have to worry about if something happens that we're gonna have to live on the streets?
The rent's too damn high. We can't get. We don't have pregnancy leave. Our rights are being taken away. Education's going away. What else is happening? Climate change is going to kill us all. It's snowing in LA. I don't know.
And the funniest part is that we're all stuck together on a rock hurling through space.
That's his existential.
My transition. I always have to make the transition. The funniest part about that is we're all stuck together on this rock, held together by magic.
Yes.
Moving through an infinite space, surrounded by other universes, and we're all but a small pebble on the biggest beach you've ever seen, and yet we're choosing to fight against each other for stupid shit instead of spending all day fucking creating art.
Because trans people are
and eating the fruit that's on the ground.
Oh my gosh! Listen, perfect timing, right on the dot. Hour 2, baby. We get existential here. We're off the rails.
Look, and we did the thing the other day, which was like, what is it, 50,000 years from now? Like we're gonna be gone from this thing anyway. It's all we're all fucked. Nobody's getting out alive.
Just have fun, you guys.
Make some art. Take care of each other.
Love each other. Be kind. Don't go destroying targets. Just
don't get mad.
Live and let live.
Don't get mad at fake rainbows.
Yeah.
Get mad at fake rainbows.
Oh man. All right. Or do we have some anonymous words?
I think we have 2. And I put the chat in here.
All right.
Give me a second here. Let's look it up.
Now it's time for.
Well, let me see how many we have.
Oh, okay, cool. This is the part where we go to Noname's ways. Thank you guys for staying on, by the way. I love how active the comment section is and the viewership. This is awesome. Love you guys. We have some good combos here.
So yeah, in case anybody wants to submit while we read these questions, here is the Anonymous Way link, as I'll put it below.
Yes. Yeah, feel free to submit as we're answering.
Okay, I still have the ones in from last week, so let me make sure that I have the right ones here. All right, here we go. Looks like we have a couple of new ones at least.
This is depends on how long-winded we go, but like we don't have to do all of them, right?
Now it's time for
No Names Way.
No Names Way. No Names.
No, I said there's 7, but 5 of them looked like they were the ones from last week.
Gotcha.
So I think we have 2 new ones that I'm seeing so far.
Cool. Because listen, they're just so good. We start talking for hours. Just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. You are on death row.
Mm-hmm.
What is your final meal? By Deep Thoughts.
Oh,
Sophia, you get wrongly convicted of murder.
Likely to happen. No, I did it. It
could happen. You probably did.
I did it.
You're scheduled for execution. What is your final meal?
That's hard. Can you go first? Do you have one ready?
I've thought about this at times before. I can go first if you like.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Chat, if you have your final meal, let us know. Do I get to cook it myself? No, you're in prison. They're going to bring it to you.
But it could be anything, right?
We can sue it as everything, but they do there's certain things that they're not going to if you're like, I want fondue, they're not going to bring you a flame and a hot, cheese pot, right?
Well, let's be dreamers.
Let's be dreamers.
What is your meal? Yeah,
Final meal. One last meal to save the world. Not maybe. I'm going to start at my drink choices. I want an ice cold Coca-Cola in a glass bottle, a liter. And I want a big glass of fresh squeezed orange juice.
Okay.
Because those are my two favorite drinks in the world.
Mm.
So I think I would love to have at least some of that with my meal. Fresh squeezed orange juice, Coca-Cola. After that, like, man, I would say burrito, but burrito feels like it doesn't feel like a last meal. Like I eat so many burritos that I wouldn't like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, oh, I want to have one more burrito. Right?
Dude, the Argentinian food that we had last week.
Yeah.
Oh,
so good.
Final
so
meal
good.
worthy.
So good. Yeah. You know what? I would have a bandeja paisa, which is the Colombian traditional plate. I always post pictures of it when I go to Antojitos. We need to go there one day.
Let's go. Yeah.
So I would have a bandeja paisa, which is the beans and rice with the chicharrón and the avocado. So, and then double chicharrón like I get at. And then, but instead of the thing is, like, the bandeja paisa comes with either ground beef or like a really flat steak.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is I would have the bandeja, and they used to do this for me at a Colombian restaurant in New York that was owned by a Uruguayan guy that married a Colombian lady.
Mm-hmm.
And they would do like the bandeja paisa Louis style, which is they would do the Colombian bandeja paisa, but then they would do a thick ass Uruguayan steak, like a ribeye or like a ribeye. So I would have the bandeja paisa, but instead of the flat carne asada steak, I would have a big ass ribeye with it.
Nice.
And then for dessert, some churros, some fresh churros from like right across the border by Caliente, and one of those like real cheap churro carts. I love those types of churros with the
You gotta have
sugar.
you gotta have some sweet at the end.
And maybe flan with dulce leche and you know, and a nice blunt afterwards, I guess, right? But I don't think they'll let me smoke.
I don't think so. That sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. Dude, I'm hungry now. Yeah, I thought about mine. It's not gonna be entertaining. It's very fucking specific.
Bolognese.
Bolognese.
Yeah, spaghetti bolognese. That's not a bad choice. I make a good bolognese.
He said bolognese. It's pronounced. I don't know. Mine's gonna be. Oh, it's so good. It's gonna be very specific because it's just, oh man, it's so specific. Okay, so at my restaurant we do catering and we do different TJ tacos, and we have the pollo, the asada, y the adobada. For some reason, the adobada meat tastes different when we cater with it because it like sits in like it sits in the shafer. So it's like, I don't know if it's a vapor or what, but it just tastes so fucking good. That with a very specific salsa from the restaurant, some avocado and lime. I would eat 5 of those to go, please. And then recently I've been on a Mediterranean food kick. So it'd be Mediterranean food, the yellow rice with the steak, and then whatever that sauce is. And I need some Italian as well. So maybe like ravioli, you know?
Ooh, a nice spinach ravioli.
A nice, yeah.
Bolognese.
Something, just a little something Italian.
Some garlic bread. Give me some garlic bread too.
Fuck yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So a little Mediterranean, Mexican, and Italian. Boom. Mix that up. And then don't judge me, but I just got back from NorCal. I discovered that they have A&Ws over there, and I became obsessed with root beer floats. So I would chug a big ass root beer float, more root beer than ice cream, and to drink I would also get a Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper bien fría on a glass cup, and beer, lots of beer. Oh, so much beer. Oh my God. Yeah, and then something with salsa, like chips, Lay's con chile limon.
You're gonna fill up on chips for your final meal?
Con chile limon. It's just one of those things where I have to go out, at least a little taster. I'm thinking tapas. I'm thinking a little bit of everything that I just mentioned. You know,
I got you.
Little tapas. You got the spicy. You got the just everything. You know, and then for dessert, I mean, I guess it was root beer float, but I'll take a flan as well. Why not?
I don't think you're gonna smuggle your mom into Pelican Bay to cook you milanesa, Melody. I'm sorry.
She'll do it, and she can send it over. No,
I guess.
I don't know.
Relax, Alexander says I would go with meat lasagna and surf and turf, ice cold Coca-Cola, fudgy brownie.
Can we just say how many of us chose a black soda?
Because
Coca-Cola.
I haven't had a Coca-Cola in like 9 months. So yeah.
That's true. Me too. No, like I guess we do withdraw from it. So
actually, I have, and then I've tried it since then, and it hasn't tasted the same. Maybe
No, I when I'm hungover, I need them. I don't know why. It's the sugar. I don't know.
And you know what? Like throw in like a bacon, egg, and cheese sausage, like McMuffin or something in there. I've never had a bad McMuffin in my life. So
nice. Yeah.
You know,
I think those were solid. They were fucking good. We went all, covered all the bases, baby.
All right. Thank you, Deep Thoughts, for submitting that question. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, this next question, and we don't have any others here. It comes to us from Hopeless Romantic or Hopelessly Dumb. All right.
Mm.
All right. I got ghosted by a girl 10 years ago.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It shook me up real bad for years. We were together for only 6 months, but I was deeply in love. I randomly saw her at an art opening a week ago, and she tried to say hello like nothing happened. I forgave her in my mind a long time ago, but she wants to start talking again, and I don't trust myself not to fall for her again. Any advice?
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, if you forgave her,
if there's one thing worse than getting ghosted once is getting ghosted twice by the same person.
Yeah. If you forgave her, listen, I've been ghosted twice by the same person, so okay, this is coming from me. So, but the reason, okay, if you forgave her truthfully, and she is coming to you, just make sure that you're very clear in how you feel and what you want. Establish that before you start. Because if she says she's changed and she's showing you she's changed and she wants something with you and you do love her after all these years, why not? I'm a hopeless romantic. Give it a go. But I don't know, if you have any reservation that she might ghost again and you can't handle that twice, then dip out. Just end it, cut it before it starts. You have to talk to yourself and realize, are you going to have regrets? Yes or no? I tried it the second time because I knew if I didn't, I would have regrets. And now I'm very happy. Because, it's fucking closure. It's easy. Got my answers. But yeah. I can't say that that's how it's going to work out for you. You might be hurting and traumatized. I don't know.
Ignore that text series.
Yeah, everyone's like, ignore it. No, am I a hopeless romantic? Everyone's like, block her, kill her.
Listen, I'm a firm believer in when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Mm-hmm. And not that I've paid attention to that.
No, I was like, you have not lived by that.
Not that I pay attention to it. I believe it. It's like, lo creo en brujos, pero que hay, sí que hay. No? Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, listen. Once bitten, twice shy, right? Is that the phrase?
Yeah. One in the what and two in the what?
That's a different one. Look, you best case scenario, you gain a friend. I don't know. I think if you're not trusting yourself to fall back in love, then you weren't really all the way over it. Mm-hmm. And I think that if you told yourself you forgave her because you have to sort of move on in your life, and like, look, this is similar to something that happened to me. I got ghosted by somebody before even ghosting was a thing. And I've often thought about what would I do if I saw them, right? Or if you saw them again. So it's kind of strange for you to be like, I'm afraid I might fall for her again, right? Because I think that if she left you and she never talked to you again, and then you saw her and then she tries to act like nothing's wrong and say, hey, it's been 10 years. I actually had a girlfriend that was a horrible horrible girlfriend, and she was messaging me randomly on Instagram, and she's like, "Hey, whatever happened with us?" What? And I was like,
You ghosted, bitch. What you mean?
No.
What happened?
This was a different chick, but I was like,
Oh,
you were a fucking sociopath. You had borderline personality disorder.
I hate when that happens.
I became your therapist. It took me a year to get you to break up with me because you were insane. I literally had to pass you on to another guy so I could get you out of my life. That's what happened. Not like, oh my God, I miss you. What happened? What's going on with you?
We were so good. Why are people like this? Like, you ruined my life. How dare you? If you have any of those feelings, don't do it. Cut it off. But but I don't know why my romantic side is like, it's been 10 years. If she changed, if she possibly loves you back, do it. But realistically, no, cut it off. It's always easier.
Yeah. If you're strong enough to save yourself the agony, then save yourself the agony. Like, keep just, if she's trying to contact you, keep the conversation short. Don't engage. The only way this will work out is because look, if you engage with her like you're forgiving her and you go back to whatever your pattern was, and if you were with her for 6 months and she ghosted you, you were probably like aggressively romantic. Maybe you were probably like somebody that was into the relationship a lot more than the other person was. And once you fall back into that pattern, she will once again view the relationship in the same way as it was before. Right? So she will have all the control on you. Yes. Because she's left you and broken your heart once, and you have not given her any consequences for that.
Yes.
You have started the relationship again in the same place that it was in terms of power dynamic. So she has all the power over you. If she doesn't text you for a day and a half, it's gonna freak you the fuck out. It's gonna give you mad PTSD. If you text her, if she doesn't shows up late, if you're waiting for her at a restaurant and you're going to be it's going to stress you the fuck out. The juice is not worth the squeeze. So the only way, like if you're absolutely like, she was.
Yeah. What is the only way? What would she have to do to deserve this man?
He would have to be short with his answers, polite, friendly, but not desperate. And she would have to be the one that was asking all the questions, driving the conversation. And he would need to get, and at some point he'd be like, yeah, look, I forgave you a long time ago because I needed to do that for my own mental health. Yeah. But you seem to be wanting us to get together. So I need to know where your frame of mind was at that point. How is it different now?
Yeah.
And before I decide to do that. And
I like that.
And if you are short and curt and when it starts to get a little weird, you bring that up, then you have a chance of evening the power dynamic.
I like that. I like the you don't make the first move, you let her come to you. And I like, I'm gonna overemphasize talking about it. So like, what Lou said verbatim was really good.
Clip that.
Yeah, clip that, say that. Send this to her. And then asterisk on that as well is like, be totally transparent. Like, I don't trust you. You ghosted me, bro. Like, so if you want this to go somewhere, like, convince me. Like, why, Don't say that in those words. But she does need to, work a little hard. Don't just give it to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, she ghosted you, she hurt you,
or
and
give it to her
you deserve
angrily.
better. Yeah, not angry. But yeah, you deserve better, and protect your little corazoncito, okay?
Yeah. Plus, you're also assuming that she wants to get back with you. So, like, that would be embarrassing if you're like, look,
yeah, what if
you're
get
back together, and she's like, no, I ghosted you for a
like
reason.
that. Yeah.
I ghosted you for a reason, you fucking lame-o.
Yeah.
Mr. CCTV, that's probably why you feel like that. You've been divorced for 7 years. You tried to get back with me. I've just done for a long time. It only started a new series. Yeah, no. If you've been, the answers to this is going to be different. And Sophia's a hopeless romantic.
Yeah,
I was a hopeless romantic for a long time. But also
divorce and marriage. Like, I feel like once you make that,
I got it beaten out of me.
It's cemented, right? Like that. My situations have all been short-lived, so couldn't even fathom being in a long-term marriage and then divorce. That's different. I would not give them the time of day, I don't think.
Yes. And now you know. Yes. And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
All right.
El que sigue.
That's it. Those were the questions.
Yeah. That flew by.
Yeah. What?
All right.
Do you have any questions, Sophia?
I do not. No, I don't need any current advice. I don't think. I do, but I'll privately talk. I don't want to over.
All right. All right, everybody. That is going to be it for us tonight.
Yes.
Make sure.
Lovely guest.
Thank you. Yeah. Big thank you to Rob Alicea and Angelique Rivera. You can find them at Somos Life, SOMOSLIFE, SomosLife.org. I put the link in the comment section in the chat as well for anybody that's in the entertainment industry. Get in there for Latinos as well as allies. Let's get after it.
Mr. CCDV.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Anytime. Thanks for stopping by. And Alessandra, thank you. Good night. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah,
thank you, Melody.
Thank you,
everybody. Thank you for everybody that tuned in, said what's up.
We love y'all.
We love y'all.
That is all.
We're going to be streaming at random times over the last month. So
definitely, yeah.
Make sure you're following and got notifications on so you can get notified when we do go live.
All right.
As always, we'll try better next time. Don't take anything too seriously. For Sophia Carr. Later, mi gente. Peace out.
Vamos, papá, hay que irnos. Me estoy aguantando desde que pusieron el domo.
Puedes esperar. Muchas personas trabajaron en esta película y solo quieren que te aprendas sus nombres de memoria.
Y yo quiero asegurarme de que ningún animal resultó lesionado durante la filmación de esta película.
¡Listo! ¡Uy, palomitas en el suelo! Oh.
Espera, parece que Maggie tiene algo que decir. Es su primera palabra.